Hey.
Hey. Sorry, I didn't realize I was still muted. Hi. How's everyone doing today?
Good.
Okay. All right, I think I'm going to do the same thing I did on Saturday and just sit here and tell you guys what to do since I can't be heard when I go back there. Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah.
Sure. Whatever works.
I'm going to tell you what to do because you know what the poses look like. I can show you something if it gets crazy, but I think today's pretty straightforward.
Thanks, Krista. See you later.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
you.
All right, let's get started. Let me make sure my phone's on mute. It is, yay. All right, let's start. If you really want to be on your back, go for it. Otherwise, we can start in child's pose. Whatever makes you happy. So, whether you're in child's pose or on your back, just take a second, like always. Start by checking in with your breath. Noticing where you're breathing to, whether your breaths are shallow or deep, whether they are coming slowly or quickly. Checking with your body. Notice any aches or pain. Whether you feel tired or energetic. Whether or not you've got some nervous energy you feel like you need to work out. Maybe you just feel strong and good. And then go ahead and notice what your mind is doing. Is your mind calm? Are thoughts kind of jumping around? Is the quality of your thoughts positive? Are they negative? Are they somewhere in between? Based on those three things, your breath, your body, and your mind, set an intention for what you need out of yoga today. Maybe it's strength, maybe it's balance, maybe it's calm, maybe it's just an hour alone, or maybe it's connection. So if you're on your back, go ahead and find a child's pose. If you're in child's pose, creep your fingers away from your torso to make this a little bit more of an active child's pose. Walking your fingers as far away from your torso as you can get them. Maybe kind of cupcaking your hand. Walk both hands all the way to the top right corner of the mat. Feeling a nice stretch in your left side body and breathing into your left rib. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Walk your hands back through center. And then walk them all the way over to the left. Top left corner of the mat. Long side body stretch in the right side here. Breathe into those right ribs. breath in. Big breath out. Walk your hands back towards your shoulders and then all the way back behind you, bringing the backs of your hands to the floor, about in line with your hips or your feet. Maybe if your knees are together, you can bring them a little bit wider. Let your belly come between your thighs and really sink down into the earth here. Take a big breath in, and on your exhale, just kind of melt down. And bring the hands back underneath your shoulders, come up into a tabletop position. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Take a second to adjust, maybe sway side to side for a moment, and then find your stillness. Drop your belly, lift your gaze, cow, inhale. Exhale, press into your palms, arch your back, cat. Go ahead and continue your cat-cow motions. Really feeling every one of your vertebrae. Bringing any extra movements that you feel like your body is calling for. Maybe bending at the elbows, dipping your chin towards the ground. Maybe sending your seat all the way back towards your heels into a sort of pseudo child's pose. Or maybe sticking with the traditional cat-cow. Whatever feels good for you. Synchronizing breath and movement. On an exhale, come to a neutral tabletop, neutral spine again. Inhale your right arm up to the sky. See your right hand. Big stretch here. As you exhale, thread the needle underneath you and bring your right cheek all the way down to the mat. From here, you can bring your left hand on top of your right hand. Press those hands into one another and give yourself a little stretch of the back body. Maybe the left hand creeps to the top of the mat and give yourself that nice side body stretch again. Maybe if you want to mess with your balance, your left leg floats up behind you. Just a few breaths here. Noticing how your body's feeling. And then dropping the left floating leg if it's there. Bring the left hand underneath the shoulder again. Unravel, right hand reaches back up towards the sky. It comes into the left hand. Reach the right foot back behind you for a supported side plank. So you're on your left knee, right leg is long behind you, right arm is reaching up. Really notice your alignment here. Notice if your shoulders are truly stacked. Notice where your leg is in relation to your shoulders. Ideally, you want to be like between two panes of glass. Maybe your right leg is going to float up for a little balancing act, little half moon prep here. Maybe you want to do little pulses with your right leg, or maybe you want to bend at the right knee, reach back behind you and grab it, grab the right foot, kick the right foot into the hand. Just kind of feeling out what's working for you today. Take one last breath, and on your exhale, let go whatever you got. Right knee comes back down underneath your hip. Right hand comes back down underneath the shoulder, and take a couple cat-cows again, just to kind of reset. And when you're ready, on an exhale, you find that neutral spine. Left hand reaches up to the sky. See your left hand. Maybe wiggle your finger. Okay. Then bring the left hand underneath you. Thread the needle. Left cheek comes all the way down onto the mat. Find what feels good with that right hand. You want to try to do whatever you did on the other side, even if it doesn't feel as natural on the side. That's how it's gonna eventually feel natural, right? Pushing yourself. So maybe hands on top of each other. Maybe right arm creeps up for that side body stretch. And maybe the right leg moves up behind. Just a few breaths here. Being really present. Noticing sensations as they come up, noticing thoughts as they come up like clouds in the sky. Not engaging, just noticing. When you're ready, wherever your right hand is, or your right leg is going to drop it for slow down, wherever your right hand is going to come underneath your shoulder. Left hand reaches back up to the sky. Shoulders are in line in one plane. Left leg reaches back behind you, finding length for a supported side plank. You're on your right knee. Your hips, your shoulders, and your foot are all in one line. You could be smushed between two panes of glass like one of those pretty but kind of sad butterflies. Maybe the left leg floats up behind you, giving yourself a little half moon prep. And maybe you find a little variation here, taking your pulses or reaching for that left foot back behind you, kicking into the foot for a little dancer pose. Just one last breath here, and we're going to go ahead and drop the foot if it's floating, bring the knee back underneath you. Left hand comes back underneath the shoulders, and you know what to do. You're going to tuck your toes, lift your seat, and find your downward facing dog. Pedal out your dog. Let it feel good. Pressing into the 10 fingertips, pressing away from the mat, reaching up towards the sky with your sits bones, pedaling the legs, heels reach towards the floor. Shoulders rotate out and away from the ears while your inner thighs rotate in towards one another. Find some stillness in downward facing dog. Come up high on your tippy toes and roll forward into a nice, strong plank. Your hips are in line with your elbows. You're peeking over the edge of a cliff for one breath. As you exhale, lift your seat back up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Roll forward back towards plank. Holding it for 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lift the seat back up to the sky. Pedal out your dog if you need it. Inhale. Exhale. Roll forward into a strong plank. 3 breaths this time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath. Inhale. On your exhale, lift your seat back up to the sky. Very good. Okay, our last two variations are a little different. We're going to come up high on our tippy toes, roll forward into your plank position. We're going to hold it for 5 breaths. But there's a twist, so inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your third breath, as you inhale, put the weight into your left hand and lift your right hand, rolling to the outer edge of your left foot, coming into a side plank. 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Drop your right hand. Lift your seat back to down dog. Take a second, drop your knees if you need to for 1 breath. And then pop them back up for downward facing dog. Come up high on your tippy toes. On an exhale, roll forward into plank. You know what we're going to do. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. This time we put the weight into our right hand. Left hand reaches up to the sky for a side plank. Rolling to the outside of the right foot. 2 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. On your exhale, drop your left hand and lift the seat up, downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Come up high on your tippy toes, gaze between your hands, little bend in the knees, hop, step, or float to the front of the mat and hang out in your forward fold. Let it feel really juicy. Let it feel really good. Sway from side to side if that feels good. Grab opposite elbows and pull your forearms forward. Grab the backs of your legs and pull yourself deeper into this forward fold. Whatever works for you. Noticing your breath. Noticing your body. Noticing your mind. Seeing how they all feel right now. Finally, a little bend in the knees if it's not there already. Sweep the arms up to the sky. Really reach as far as you can. Big full body stretch. And exhale, hands come back to heart center. Take a moment to close your eyes. Remember your intention, what it was that you wanted to get out of class today, and notice if you immediately forgot it when you got into side plank. Inhale, arms up to the sky, big full body stretch. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, find your flat back. Exhale, find plank, hop, or float, or step back to plank. I said high plank. I meant flat back. Now high plank. You know what to do. Y'all know what a sun salutation is. All right, from there, you're gonna chaturanga. Oh Lord. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, take a moment. Gaze between the hands, high on the tiptoes, hop, step, or float to the front of the mat. Big sweeping gesture up to the sky, full body stretch, little back bend if it feels good. Reach forward and down again for a forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant hands. Find your plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Knees between the hands. Hop, step, or float to the front of the mat. Heel toe the ankles together if they are not already there. Imagine someone's grabbing you by the hip creases. Sink your seat back, reach your hands up, find a chair pose. Just one breath here. Inhale. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. And then forward fold. Sweep the arms up to the sky. Little back bend. Reach the hands up and forward, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands and find your plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Gaze between the hands. Hop, step, or float to the front of the mat. Heel toe those ankles together if they're not already there. Sink the seat back into a chair. I rhyme. Raise your arms up to the sky. Chair pose. This time, hands are going to reach forward and then back so that the backs of the hands are facing the floor. Palms are facing up, and you're going to sink your chest down towards your thighs so that you are in kind of a weird humble chair kind of situation. It's like a half lightning bolt. See if you can sink your seat back a little bit further. Squeeze the knees in towards one another. Squeeze the ankles in towards one another. Shh, one more breath. And then you can kind of straighten it all out into a forward fold from that kind of almost forward folded chair situation. Take one breath here. Exhale it on an inhale. Squeeze the arms up to the sky. Straighten everything out. Back bend if it feels good. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale flat back. Exhale. Find your plank. Inhale plank. Exhale chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Gaze between the hands. Hop, step, or float to the front of the mat. Ankles come together. Sink the seat back. Chair pose. Reach the arms up to the sky. Pinkies internally rotate. Face your face. Come up high on the tippy toes this time. And same thing, reaching the hands forward. The palms come to face up towards the ceiling as we bow forward. So we're going down and our heels are rising. This opposite movement here. A little tricky balance here in your thunderbolt position. So just one or two breaths here. When you're over it, straighten everything out, find a forward fold. Heels can find the ground. Take a breath, maybe two. And on an inhale, raise up, big sweeping gesture, deepest back bend so far today. Exhale, up and down, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, find your plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right, this is your last variation of this, so you're going to own it. It's going to be amazing. Maybe the ankles come together here in your plank or your down dog first. Really squeeze them together, squeeze those sides in together, come up high on the tippy toes, gaze between your hands, hop to the front of the mat, sink the seat, rise up, chair pose. really nice and low. Come up high on the tippy toes, heels lift, and we're gonna go back and forth. So we're gonna send the arms forward and back, bowing forward, and then we're gonna raise back up to a regular chair, but on the tippy toes, and then bow down forward. And take your time here. Raise back up. We're going to just do one more. Take it as slowly as you need to. Bow down forward. Squeeze the ankles in. And then from here, drop the heel, straighten the legs, find your forward fold. And here, really sweep the arms back and forth. Let any tension that was building in that chair go. Beautiful. All right. So we're going to go ahead and sweep the arms up to the sky. When you are ready, take a little back bend if it feels good. Inhale up, exhale, forward fold. You know what to do. Find your flat back, plant your hands, find your the plank. You can take the flow or you can skip it at this point. It's really up to you what your intention was for class today. But you're ultimately going to make your way to downward facing dog. Beautiful. When you get there, you're going to go ahead and lift the right leg up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Draw your right knee to your right elbow, coming through plank. Send it back up to the sky. Draw your right knee into your left elbow, coming through plank. Send it back up to the sky. Draw your right knee into your chest, arch the back like a cat. Drop the foot between your hands, find a lunge. Little rock forward and back. Before you ground yourself, find stillness. High on the back toes as you lift your arms up, sweeping gesture coming into your high crescent warrior or Anjali. Inhale. Exhale. Check in with your right knee if it is over your right ankle on your next round of breath. And on your third breath, as you exhale, you're going to drop your back ankle, cartwheel the arms open, come to a warrior 2, facing the left side of your mat. Warrior 2, you've done this 1,000 times. Make sure that your right knee is tracking towards your right pinky toes. Your shoulder blades are pulling in towards your spine. Gaze neutral over your right middle finger. Maybe glance back at that left hand and make sure that it's not just hanging there like a limp fish. I don't know. Fish. So flip the front palm and reach it forward before reaching it back to your peaceful warrior, because peaceful warrior just feels really good. Take any little arm variations here, maybe taking a little half five behind your heart, shining your heart up to the sky if that feels good. Maybe a half sneeze, whatever. I notice a lot of people bring the back of their hand to their hips, whatever works for you. One more breath here. Come back through warrior 2. Right elbow either comes to the top of the right thigh or the inside of the right thigh. Find your extended side angle, really similar stacking to what we were doing at the very beginning of class. Shoulders on top of one another, still in line with the hip with the left leg. Again, maybe finding a bind here if that feels good for you. Today, kind of just following what your body wants. And then finally, our left hand reaches down so that it is about in line or kind of next to the right hand. Our left heel lifts again so that we're on our back left toes. We take a little step forward with the left foot to find our pyramid pose. So both legs are straight, all toes are facing the front of the mat, and we're forward folding over our front right leg. Feet are on railroad tracks next to one another. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to walk the fingertips a little bit further forward, not too much because we're not going where you think we're going. You're going to bring your left leg back behind your right leg for a sciatic stretch. If you don't know what that is, like so your left leg is back here. You're just swinging it back behind the left little toes come next to the right little toe. And you're in this kind of cross-legged forward fold here. And taking whatever variations with your arms you want. I like to be really bound up here, so bringing my palms of my hands to touch, and then straightening the elbows back behind us in the star hold. Find it to be very relaxing in a weird bound up way. I don't know what that means. Don't Freud me on that one. So just another breath or two here. And then you're going to swing that left foot back to its proper place next to the right foot. You should, yeah, we're going to skip the full flow. All right, so a little bend in the knees, plant the hands. You can hop or step back to your plank. You can take a flow here, or you can skip it to get back to downward facing. Take a quick knee if you need it, a little sip of water. And we're going to inhale our left leg up to the sky. As you exhale, your left knee comes to your left elbow. Inhale, left leg back up to the sky. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest, arch the back like a cat. Place the left foot between the hands, find a lunge. Gentle rock forward. Take your moment to ground down, to find stillness. Stay high on the back toes and lift up into your crescent warrior, Anjaneyasana. Super high on the back toes, nice deep bend in the front left knee. Let the shoulders fall down and away from the ears. Sometimes the best way to do that is to crunch them up by your ears for a second and then drop them back down. Big breath in. As you exhale, your back heel finds the floor. Open your arms up to find warrior two on the left side. Nice deep bend in the left knee. The knee tracks to the left pinky toe. Can you guys hear my neighbors arguing in the background? This must be so relaxing for all of you. I know I feel good. All right, so we're in our warrior two. I hope you can't hear it. I'm very sorry again. Notice the outer edge of your back right foot. Try to avoid dumping all your weight into the front foot. All right, flip the front palm, send the weight forward, and then back, peaceful warrior. Peaceful warrior, small, that feels really good. Look how cute she is. That'll comfort you from the fighting. Take any variations in your peaceful warrior, finding a little bind or not. And then reaching the left arm forward and bringing the left elbow either on top of the left thigh or inside the left thigh, reaching the right arm up, finding that alignment of shoulders, of hips. The right leg is behind you in an extension of that plane. You are between two planes of the panes of legs. Big breath in. Big breath. Hanging out in your side angle. Remembering the back edge of your right foot. And then the right hand comes back down to the floor. You're going to spin the right heel up onto the toes. Take a little step forward with your back right foot so that you're not quite as far away, finding your pyramid. So all toes face the front of the mat. All legs are straight. You need to find the stance that gives you a stretch, but your legs can be straight. Forward fold over that front left leg, warrior pyramid. I think something's actually on fire in this building. That's what's happening right now. Just so you're super relaxed. That's what they're talking about. Someone set fire to their home, which is attached to my home. So this is very zen right now. All right, so we're in our pyramid pose. It's so great. Everything's fine. And our back right leg is gonna swing back behind the left leg. Pinky toes come as close to each other as they can for your sciatic stretch, this funky cross-legged forward fold. And again, if it feels good, bringing the palms to touch behind you, straightening the elbows, and really letting the crown of the head face the floor while reaching the fist towards the sky. Big breaths in. Big breath in. Big breath in. Big breath. Last breath here. Quite intense stretch. It's really good if you're sitting down a lot right now. And then let it go if you got the arms going. Swing that back leg around to its proper place next to the dominant leg. Little bend in the knees. Hop back to plank, or you can step. I don't care how you get there. Take a flow or don't. Make your way to downward facing dog whenever you're ready. All right, ready? Gonna be a little bit faster this time. It'll go faster though, it's gonna feel good. All right, so inhale the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, send it back up to the sky. Exhale, exhale, left knee to right knee to left elbow, it's good. Send it back up to the sky. Right knee comes into the chest, arch the back, drop the foot between the hands. Inhale up to Anjaneyasana. One breath here as you exhale, open it up to warrior two. Inhale in warrior two, exhale, flip the palm and send it back. Peaceful warrior. Inhale here, exhale, maybe a quick bind. Inhale back up, exhale, find an extended side angle. Inhale in your extended side angle. Exhale, bring your left hand down, turn onto the ball of the left foot, step forward to find your pyramid pose. Inhale in pyramid. Exhale, creep the hands as far forward towards your right toes as you can. Lift the left leg up and back behind you. And then, so all your weight is in your right leg. Your left leg is floating back behind you, in line with your hips, and reach the arms up to find your warrior three. Just one strong breath here. As you exhale, draw the left knee up into your chest, coming to stand, and then cross your left leg over your right leg, sinking your seat back and coming into an eagle position, although your arms are still hanging out up here. So from your eagle, your left leg is crossed over your right leg. So this time your left arm comes in front of you, right leg comes over that. Intertwine your forearms and draw your elbows up and in towards your eye line. Really pull your forearms away from your face to find an opening of your back body here while sinking your seat back. One more breath here. As you exhale, kind of straighten up the legs, draw your left knee back into your chest. You can keep those equal arms. Send the left leg back into a high lunge kind of position. Undo the arms, cartwheel them down to surround the right foot is still in front. All right, or step in the right foot back. Take your float and get your way back to, the thing. Downward facing dog, that's the one. So, last version, we got it. Got to do the left side. So inhale the left leg up to the sky behind you. Exhale, left knee to left elbow coming through plank. Inhale the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, left knee to right elbow coming through plank. Send it back up to the sky on an inhale. Exhale, draw the left knee into the chest, arch the back, and place your left foot between your hands. Inhale both arms up to the sky, Anjali Asana. As you exhale, open it up to warrior two, facing the right side of the mat. Inhale here, exhale, flip the palm. Inhale, exhale, take your peaceful warrior. You can find a bind here. Inhale. Exhale, reach the arms. Open again for warrior two. Bring the left elbow in for your extended side angle. One breath here. As you exhale, right hand comes down near the left hand. Come up high on the ball of the right foot. Little step forward to find your pyramid pose. Inhale in pyramid. Exhale, creep those hands forward. Weight comes onto the left leg. And we're going to, what did we do first? We went into warrior three. How did we get there? It's cool. I'm really just trying to fight the fire. So reach the hands forward and float. Yeah, this is what we did. We floated the right leg back behind us. One long line from the fingertips to the back of your heel. Big breath in your warrior three. And as you exhale, bring the right knee up into your chest. Reach up with your arm. arms, beautiful. Exhale, you're gonna cross the right knee over the left thigh, sink your seat back. Since our right leg is over our left leg right now, our right arm comes forward first, our left arm goes over, and we intertwine our forearms and draw our elbows up in towards our eye line as much as we can. Eagle. Just a breath or two in your eagle, squeezing everything in towards that midline, seeing if you can sink the seat back a little bit more. And finally, keeping the eagle arms, drawing the right knee up into the chest again, straightening the left leg, reaching the right leg back. You could take a quick eagle arm warrior 3 here, step the right foot back. Unfurl those arms, bring them to surround the left foot, step the left foot back, take a flow, and find your way to downward facing. Kind of our last hard thing here today. From our downward facing dog, we're going to roll out into a plank. Starting with the left side. So we're gonna put our hand, we'll start this way. We'll start all together. Put the weight into the left hand. Ankles squeeze into each other and together. Lift the right arm up to the sky. Find a side plank rolling to the outer edge of your left foot. So from here, we're going to do this weird kind of like pseudo thread the needle situation. Or from our side plank, we're going to draw the right arm underneath us, reaching as far as we can without falling over, and then reaching back up into our side plank. We're going to do that 3 more times. So whatever that means to you, 2. 1. And I started at 2 instead of 3, so 1 more. I'm really bad at counting. Beautiful. And then go ahead and drop your right hand. You can take a flow if you want, or you can skip it. Get back to downward facing dog. Drop your knees. Whatever. I just like to do something hard at the end. Wherever you're at, find your way back to down dog. Dog. I'm super New Jersey right now. Come up high on your toes, roll forward to your nice strong plank. This is your last one, so own it. Send the weight into the right hand, ankles squeeze together, reach up with the left hand. See the left hand in your nice strong side plank. And then we do this same thing, reaching the left hand underneath us, threading the needle as far as we can before we feel like whoop, and then reaching it back up. Doing it 3 times. I'll count right this time. So 3, 2, and 1. And then dropping that left hand, coming into our regular plank. Take a flow. It's your last one. Make your way to down dog. Sink your seat back and find a child's pose. Take a sip of water. Whatever. Take a moment in your child's pose to remember how you're feeling at the beginning of class. Check in with your breath. Check in with your body. Check in with your mind. And tuck our toes and lift our seat into downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Notice how different it feels now than it did at the beginning of the class. Then the gaze between your hands and hop your feet to the outside of your hands. Send your seat back. Bring your hands to heart center. Find your Malasana. So from your Malasana squat, you can just hang out here if you need a hip opener. If a normal Malasana is not enough for you, you can always bring some kind of object. Is not enough, I mean to like open your hips. You can bring an object like a block. It doesn't have to be. It could be a book. It could be a can of soup, whatever. You can bring it in between your hands to really widen that hip stretch. And the key is going to be to not sink in like we do in some poses, like crow, right? Just find your nice long spine that you're pushing your hips away from one another here. Now, if you want to take that arch back here, a crow might be a really good thing to practice today, since we did that wonky chair where we were leaning forward and back. That was engaging your lower core that you need for crow pose. So if you want to play with crow pose, now is the time. Bringing hands underneath shoulders, knees either outside of your upper arms or onto the back of your upper arms, lifting the seat, really engaging those lower abdominals as you pull everything up and reach one foot off the ground at a time. Since I can't see you guys because you're all camera shy and don't know what you're doing, so wherever you're at, I'm just going to give you 10 breaths to play. And that's all right. And obviously, you could be like, have a glass of wine right now, and that would be okay too. Maybe I've already had a glass of wine today. These are hard. Just a few more breaths. And wherever you're at, you're going to just make your way back to your Malasana. And then, if you're ready for it, maybe the most graceful transition of all time, where you sit your ass on the ground. Woo! Ah, crazy. All right, so now that your ass is on the ground, you can keep your feet in line with your sits bones. Reach your fingertips forward, and you're going to lower your back down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You've done enough for today. All right, so your back is on the ground. Your feet are in line with your sits bones. You should be able to brush the backs of your heels with your fingertips. If you were just reaching forward in crow, take a second to just walk your shoulder blades back underneath you where they belong. Reach your arms alongside your torso. Ground down into the floor with your hands. Really try to feel each of your 10 fingertips. And then squeeze your knees in towards one another and lift your hips off of the ground, finding an easy bridge. It's natural here in your bridge to kind of let your chin come in towards your chest, but really, while you're reaching your chest towards your chin, your chin is lengthening and reaching away from your chest. And if you are large chested, this becomes very important so you don't suffocate under the weight of your own self. It's not an issue for me. Keep squeezing the knees in towards one another. Lift the seat a little bit higher on an inhale and maintain it for an exhale. And one last breath here in your easy bridge. And as you exhale, let the hips come back down to the earth. Beautiful. Maybe you windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Find your neutral knees again. And this time we're gonna lift everything up, not everything, lift your hips up. And you can just keep the same kind of bridge we did before, or you can walk your shoulder blades even further in towards your spine. Bring those hands underneath you along your spine, like the kind of the same bind that we did when we were in our wonky sciatic stretch. And really find a little bit more height there with your hips as you do that. Notice your knees are gonna want to like splay out a little bit here. Keep squeezing. Oh my goodness, it's so crazy. Those lower abdominals get engaged. Oh my god, it's like yoga is good for your whole body. All right, one breath here. Lift your hips a little bit higher. As you exhale, let the hands go. Walk the shoulder blades back out. Let the hips fall back down to the earth. This time, heel toe the feet as wide as the mat, and then windshield wiper the legs from side to side. All right, so our last one, you guys know the deal. You always kind of have this option, so you can skip it all together if you want. You can take maybe a block if you have one, or a bolster, or a pillow, or I wouldn't use a canvas suit. It would be uncomfortable, and you can kind of prop yourself up for a more restorative bridge. Or if you're feeling really strong, depending on what your attention was today, you can take a wheel. You have full wheel in your practice, or you can just take another regular bridge like we just did. So whenever you are ready, on an inhale, you will lift into your choice, whatever it is. From wherever you're at, try to hold it for 3 strong breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, finally inhale, and exhale. Let the hips come back down, lower from wherever you're at. Draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug, rocking from side to side. And then finally, walking the heels away from your hips, coming into your Shavasana, your final resting place. Relax. And let the benefits of your practice sink in. When your time is up, I'll ring a little bell for you, okay? Wiggle your fingers. Wiggle your toes. Inhale your right arm up and overhead and your knees into your chest. Falling over to your right hand side in a comfortable fetal position. The position of rebirth and renewal. Take a moment to thank your body for all its hard work today. To thank yourself for doing the hardest part in yoga, which is showing up. Keeping your eyes closed into a comfortable seat at the front of your mat. Inhale, both thumbs to your third eye, the space between your eyebrows. Inhale your thumbs to your lips. And exhale, kindly. Inhale your thumbs to your heart center. And exhale, kind action. Light within me, bows to and honors light within all of you. Namaste. All right, everybody. Sorry that my neighbors seemed to be catching my home on fire. That was real, but they didn't. Not on fire. So that's always good.
Thank you, Katie.
I could just hear them talk, I could smell something burning, and I could hear the commotion growing greater. And then I heard someone being like, "Oh no, we just turned the oven on." And I was like, "That's what's been going on? Something was ablaze? What's that?"
That is okay.
The joys of apartment living and trying to teach yoga from home. It's really great. All right. Next time there's another.
Thanks, Katie.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Tracy. See you next time.
Bye.
Take care, Katie.
Bye.